Hey everyone, let's talk about India, a huge country in South Asia. It's like a giant triangle with water on three sides. The Indian Ocean is to the south, the Arabian Sea to the west, and the Bay of Bengal to the east. Because of where it is, India has been a mixing pot of cultures and a busy trading center for a really long time. India's northern neighbors are Pakistan, China, Nepal, and Bhutan. Being in this spot has shaped India's history, culture, and how it gets along with other countries. Its land has everything: tall mountains, flat plains, and everything in between. India is a place where old ways meet new ideas. Its geography has really made it what it is today. Up north, India has the Himalayas. These are the tallest mountains in the whole world, including Mount Everest. They're like a giant wall between India and Central Asia. Lots of important rivers start in the Himalayas and flow through India. The mountains also keep cold winds from the north from coming in. The Himalayas aren't just important for geography, they're also special to Indians for their culture and religion. They're considered holy in Hinduism and have lots of places people go on pilgrimages. Below the Himalayas are the Indo-Gangetic plains. These plains are super fertile because rivers have brought lots of rich soil there. This area has the most people living in it because it's great for farming. It's the center of Indian agriculture, where they grow rice, wheat, and sugarcane. With lots of water and rich soil, it's perfect for growing things. Big cities like Delhi, Kolkata, and Varanasi are here. These plains have seen many kingdoms come and go, so they're full of history and culture. Over in western India is the Thar Desert, a huge area of sand dunes. It hardly rains here. The Thar Desert is known for being really hot and hard to live in. But the people who live there are tough. They've learned to survive and have their own special culture. You can even find plants and animals that can live in the desert. The Indira Gandhi Canal, a big project to bring water to the desert, has changed some parts of it. India has a very long coastline next to the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal on the east. Along the coast are the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, mountain ranges that are older than the Himalayas. They have tons of different plants and animals. The Western Ghats are taller and get lots of rain, which makes a special environment. They're even a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The coastal plains aren't as wide as the Indo-Gangetic plains, but they're still good for farming things like rice, coconuts, and spices. The coasts have been important for India's trade and sharing cultures with other places. India has some big rivers that are super important for the people. The Ganges, Yamuna, and Brahmaputra are some of the biggest, and they start in the Himalayas. They're considered holy in Hinduism and give life to the land. These rivers are used for farming, transportation, and have lots of plants and animals living in and around them. Millions of people depend on these rivers, but pollution and using too much water are a problem. We need to protect them for the future. India's different kinds of land give it lots of different climates. It has a tropical monsoon climate, which means there are wet and dry seasons. The monsoons bring lots of rain from June to September, which is great for farming and filling up rivers. But sometimes, too much rain can cause floods and landslides. The Thar Desert, though, is very dry and gets almost no rain. India's varied geography shows in its culture. From the snowy Himalayas to the beaches, each area has its own traditions, languages, and food. What people do for a living depends on the land and climate. Fishing is important on the coasts, while farming is the main thing in the plains. Festivals often celebrate the harvest, showing how connected people are to the land. India's many different cultures come from its many different landscapes. India's geography is a big part of its economy. Farming is super important and depends on the monsoon rains and fertile plains. India grows lots of rice, wheat, cotton, and sugarcane. It also has natural resources like coal, iron ore, and bauxite, which are important for industry. Tourism is also big, with people coming from all over to see India's beautiful nature, culture, and historical places. India's economy is really tied to its land.